good afternoon or good early hours of the morning or actually good morning to some people as well. How is everybody? We are here for what part are we up to? Fourth part? Don't even know where I'm at. It's at the top of the screen as well, like for me. You guys know what I'm doing by now, right? It's part 4. I have a split shift today, and that split shifts, like with work, also confuse you, and you don't know where you're at. How are you feeling, Neva? Because you've been in it for the long haul so far.
I took a little bit of a nap during Bree's sprints, so we're hanging in, we're hanging on here.
Awesome. I also had a bit of a nap during Bree sprints as well. I had to go down and I was supposed to get some bunny ears and all that sort of stuff, but I couldn't find any that fit my head. So because they were all like little kids. Yeah. So I couldn't find any. So alas, no bunny ears for Easter this year. I thought I had a set here, but I think Mia might have taken them home with her along with her Easter basket. So yeah, because I couldn't find any of it. So normally we have like a whole pile of that stuff, but when you've got teenagers. Apparently the 17-year-old is going out tonight, but her sister is here, so I won't have to do the party bus, thank goodness.
Thank God.
That's all. That is always a fun time. So yeah. And I'm going to do some diamond painting, and I'm going to finish off a Stuff Your Kindle Day book during these sprints. I've only got, I think, about an hour to go in that. So I'm going to try and finish that off. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It was advertised as a dark romance fantasy, and it has me slightly confused. And it feels like it's trying to be a high fantasy, but without hitting the mark. And there's not a great deal of romance. There's a lot of looking, and yeah, it's very not dark. The only dark thing in it was the dark magic that they did at the beginning, which was pretty full on, but it's sort of fizzled out now. But anyway, I don't know how I feel about it. So, evidently. What are you reading?
So I have Asher Parker as a thing that you listen to with your ears, an audiobook. Jesus Christ. Welcome to
How far in are you?
Not very far. I listened to the first 3 chapters because I basically what I did was I laid down for my nap, and I just set a timer, end of chapter timer. I mean, so far it's fine. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it because nothing's really happened.
Yeah, it's on my shelf. I'm supposed to be reading it too.
Bree says that she is predicting that it will be a 6-star book for me.
Yeah, I did hear that part where you were talking about it, and I sent you a Voxer.
So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's very early. It's an 11-hour book, and I'm only 3 chapters in. So I don't expect to love it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is a slow burn, is what Bree told me also. So I'm prepared for that. I also have Love Redesigned on my Kindle that I can read as well. Also, I just love the way that this Kindle looks now.
So, yeah, it looks pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's so I don't know, it's just so nice. I will say the only thing I don't love about this Kindle insert is it fits perfectly to the Kindle, which sounds so stupid when I say it. It fits perfectly to the Kindle, which means that usually what I do is I lay my stickers down and then I put the case on top. With the way that this Kindle insert fits, I can't do that. So I had to tape the stickers to the Kindle insert, which I think is gonna be fine. But I had to use a little bit of tape to tape them down so that they won't. Because otherwise, every time I tried to put the Kindle case on top, they would move. Yeah. But the inserts the insert itself is really good quality. I would definitely order more of them. But yeah, it definitely fits like snug to the Kindle. But anyways, so that's what I have to do, I guess. Those 2 books. I'm like not 50% through this. I'm 39% through Love Redesigned.
I also have a NetGalley arc that I'm supposed to be reading as well, so I'm thinking that I might tackle that for the first couple of sprints because I have to read that with my eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then my eyeballs are going to get tired, so even though I've had a nap.
I would like to get Love Redesigned done this weekend just so I can move on to like another book or whatever, but
yeah. And where are you in the 30 in 30?
We're officially on day 15 and I've read 12 books.
Well, you were 4 behind, so you're only 3 behind now, so
yeah, so I'm only 3 behind at this point, which is good and fine. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that I'll catch up. I'm not like afraid that I won't catch up. But I am still a little bit behind. So I figure if I finish this book and then I can always find more short books if I need to. Because I mean, I have Audible Premium, so it's not like I can't look around on there.
Yeah, well, that's it. There's always a ton of them on there. That's where I always go for the readathons when they have the chaos or the 48-hour readathons and stuff like that. All right, who has joined us? We've got 17 people watching today, so that's good. This is normally the quiet time on 24-hour sprints. Yeah, so it's nice to see everybody here. Christina popped in at like 1 o'clock my time, which was 2 o'clock my time, which was about an hour after I finished the first time, and just said, yeah, she'll be sleeping, but came to like it and whatnot. Kay is here as well. Good morning, Kay. And Carly is also here as well. Chris finished and then she fell and got chapters into the maiden. Neva turned down reading one of the Princess Rose books for me. So
Neva definitely did turn that down. In fact, what I said was, I love you, but no.
No deal?
Absolutely not. Y'all can have that.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Carly just showered and the energy drained from all the time spent in the sun is hitting. Yeah, might be taking a nap during the sprint. That's fine. That is fine. Reading The Will of Many halfway through and loving it. The Maiden was one of my favorite too, Kay. I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. Unlike Neva, I only rate to 5. So Neva rates to 6.
I do, because Neva gives 5s out like very liberally. So if I don't
gives them out like candy. 5 stars for you. 5 stars for you.
If I don't rate to 6, then I never remember what books were like a higher 5.
Yeah.
So if I rate it a 6, then I know that it's like an elite book. Like, don't talk shit to me about this book. I don't care how much you did not like it. You can tell me you didn't like it, and then we're going to move on. And we're not going to speak about it again. That's how I feel.
That's funny. I looked for brief sprints, but made a great headway in Powerless. Won't go into details because Neva is reading it soon and currently at 82%.
Yeah, I think the Powerless vlog will be part of April. So for the first week of April, I'm reading Crown of Midnight with Rainey and Kels, which I'm going to make a graphic for that. So we'll do that in the next sprint. And then the second week,
I'm just moving things around because I can't see your face when the comments come up.
Awesome. And then the second week of April will be Manacled. Because people voted and they spoke and they want like a full...
The audience has spoken.
Well, really, Katie spoke, because here's the thing. Here's what happened. I put up a poll and I said, do y'all want like a video, or do y'all want just for it to just be part of like the weekly vlog recap?
Yeah.
And well, it's gone up now, but the last time I looked, it was 75% wanted Manacled as a vlog and 25% wanted it as just include it in a weekly vlog, like a weekend vlog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now it's 72% want the reading vlog and 28% just want it included in like a recap. Well,
that's about to go up because I haven't cast my vote yet, so I'll go over there and cast my vote.
Yeah. So then I was like, oh, there's a comment. Well, the comment was from Katie, and it said, "Do a separate blog or a separate vlog just for Manifold, please." And so I was like, well, honestly, like it could have been skewed. Like it could have been like no one wanted this vlog, but because Katie wants it, now you're getting it. So.
Yep. No, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Now I lost where I was. Here I am, all moved. I might pick up that time I got drunk and saved a demon to break it up a bit. It's fair enough. I like to break my books up sometimes, especially if I'm struggling. I obviously can't talk either. Hello, Glenda. How are you? I've seen you here this morning and you're still around. Awesome. Hi, I'm reading Twisted Lies by Anna Hong. Yep. Okay. And doing some coloring as I'm listening to an audio. I have 5+ in my journal for outstanding reads. Maiden got a 5+. I don't give out 5 stars very often. Like I give out more, like I'll have 4.5s, and occasionally I'll do quarter-star ratings as well, but they're pretty rare.
Nicole's not like me. She's not just handing them out.
No, apparently I'm very critical, but I have a benchmark for what books have to, like when I'm rating, I have my own benchmark that I like books to hit before it gets that. So yeah. So far I'm really liking The Maiden. I also liked And Then She Fell, liked it much better than A Soldier Sailor. Yeah. I think for me, it's the other way around. I like Soldier Sailor a little bit better than, they're pretty much on par, really, because, yeah, it's hard to tell. They're both the same book, essentially, just told by different people. I still need to read And Then She Fell. It's waiting on my Kindle. It's not a bad book, not by a long shot. Hello, Sadia. How are you? I'm still here. Have not read a thing, but I am doing laundry. That's okay. I have to go and get my laundry off because the sun managed to stay out today, and my clothes. There are just towels and sheets that have been on the line. I can finally get them off because they've been on the line pretty much all week. I think since Monday. So yeah, all week. I'm close to finishing up Watch Where They Hide by Tamara Hall. Then continue reading my book of Doors by Gareth Brown, contemporary fantasy magical realism. Nice. I have not given any 5 stars this year, and I only gave 2 5-star reviews last year. I'm a fan. Was a 5-star. I think it was 4.5 for me last year. I can't remember whether it was 5 star. I'd have to go and have a look at that. But it was a good book. It did make me laugh when you were worried you hadn't read the Cockroach book. Believe that you realise I've read it. I'm like, I was just like freaking out, going, oh my God, now I've got to read about a bloody cockroach. It's just getting damn worse. It's just going from bad to worse. But I've already read it, so that's good. That's good. Hello, Jamie. How are you? You have no idea how relieved I was, Chris. Like, I was so relieved. Matt. Let me just fix this up because we're going to do an hour sprint first off, and we are at the end of the comments, so we'll be going straight into a sprint. So we'll do 2-hour sprints and a couple of hour sprints, and then the last one will be about 40-45, and then we'll head over to coders. So happy reading, everybody, and we'll see you when we get back. Well, hello. We're back. That hour went super quick. Did you get much reading done?
Oh yeah, I read like a chapter. I had to make a graphic for the Crown of Midnight reading thing, buddy read.
Yep.
And I broke down Astrid.
Yep, I seen that. I just seen that before, yeah.
Because it's a romance. I was like, I don't feel like we need more than 7 days.
No, I don't think so.
Especially, I don't know if you have the audio, but like I have the audio, so.
Yeah, I don't have the audio, but I can get it. I got the physical copy here. Like, I purchased this before I even finished the Lila Green.
Yeah, so I have that.
So that gives you an indication that I actually really liked it.
Right? So I did that, and then I also set up my April monthly planner. And then I read.
I was going to say, are you talking about your planner?
Yeah, and then I read a chapter of whatever this book is, Love Redesigned.
Yep.
Which we're still loving, you know?
Cool. Yeah, you know, like so to the top of chapter 5 was the first breakdown. Is that how you're doing it? To the top of the okay, cool.
Because basically what I did was I just took the number of chapters and divided them by 7. And then it gave me like 5 point blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, so 5 chapters a day.
Yeah, cool. That works for me. That'll be good because at least it'll give me something to look forward to.
Right. In between
this week. All of my therapy inducing books.
I mean, like in reality, if you wanted to, we could do it at the same time because we're doing Crown of Midnight in 7 days also.
Yeah.
And we're doing it the first week of April. So we could, I mean, if you want to, I could do both because they're completely different books.
Okay, we can do that.
And that gives me Astrid as an audio and Crown of Midnight as a Kindle book because that's why I want to get this done this weekend.
Yep.
Is because we're starting, Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would be starting Crown of Midnight on Sunday, and Crown of Midnight I'm going to have to read on my Kindle or physically because if I do audio, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. I'm not going to read not nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we can do that. You just tell me, well, you've already read 3 chapters. I will, yeah, we can do that. That's fine. Because I just figured that I'm going to read this each morning.
Yeah.
Or each evening, depending how stressed I am after reading the books.
And in all reality, I'll probably just pick I'll pick Astrid up when I'm like after I get home from work because I usually diamond paint for a little bit before I take Ari to the bus.
Yeah.
And do it that way.
Cool. That sounds like a good plan. I need something upbeat and nice. I'd even settle for stabbing in the eye right now.
With all your depressing books in between.
Oh god. Luckily this week they're all audiobooks. There's nothing that I'm reading with my eyeballs, and it's the second last week, so it's all happening in Kingaroy tonight. Like everybody's revving their cars, motorbikes are going. It's just all happening. Long weekend, they're all out to play. I have no idea where I am because I didn't star it. Where am I? Magical. Here we go. There we go. I found it. Jamie took a few hours off with the lights off and just an audiobook on. Finished Demon Copperhead and I Am Homeless If This Is Not My Home by Laurie Moore. Was that a good book? Did you enjoy that? Because that was on... I am actually surprised that did not land on... Just from the synopsis and everything, that did not land on the Woman's Prize for Fiction. Because it was one of my picks and it sounded really good. I don't know of any good Android apps except for Audible because that's what I use. Or my Borrow box is where I get my other audiobooks from. Do you have any idea, Neva? Have a good Android app for...
I mean, Everand, I think, is an Android app too if you want to pay for that. Otherwise, I really don't, to be honest with you, I don't know I know there's Any Play, but I don't know if that's iOS only.
Mm.
And Any Play seems to have a lot more like indie audiobooks on it.
Mhm.
I used it briefly like a year or so ago, and I didn't love it. I'm
Mhm.
gonna be honest. Actually, when I read, well, I guess 2 years ago, because I read when I did the audio for Hidden Pictures,
Mhm.
I listened to that on Any Play. I mean, there's like Libro FM, which is Libro is similar to Audible, but your subscription, like the money that you pay for your subscription, you can pick us like a local independent bookstore, and that's where your subscription donates to that bookstore.
Mhm.
I will say that a lot of people go with Audible because there are a lot of books that you can only get on Audible.
Yeah.
So
Audible, Amazon's basically locking up the book industry.
yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
keep in mind that anything really like mainstream or independently published that's not published through Amazon, you'll be able to find on Libro FM or other apps.
Mhm.
But anything that has hit like Kindle Unlimited, you're not gonna be able to find outside of Audible. And even like the Sarah J. Maas universe, there's only certain books in certain series that are not locked into Audible. So like the
Mhm.
Crescent City books are all locked into Audible. Throne of Glass, after like the third or fourth book, is locked into Audible. And then like ACOTAR, I don't think is.
No, I don't think that is, because that's on Everend.
Because I can find ACOTAR at my library, so that tells me
Yeah.
it's not. But I know with Throne of Glass, I could only find like up to either Crown of Midnight or Air of Fire in the
Mhm.
library as audios, and then after that, I couldn't find them. And then when I go look on when I went and looked on Amazon, they were on there, and
Mhm.
half of them had the only on Audible thing. But I do
Yeah.
know the Crescent City books are only on Audible. Priory of the Priory of the Orange Tree books are only on Audible. So I tell people that if you're gonna do one subscription,
Do
Audible is
Audible.
probably your best bet
Yeah.
because you
Now,
will be able to find whatever you're looking for.
if you're talking about turning a PDF into an audiobook with AI, I think it's called Listeno, I think is the industry leader at the moment for that. Because that's marketed towards people that are at university or college or wherever you are in the world and what you call it, but to listen to papers and stuff like that, so you can upload your PDFs. So if you're talking about, getting the PDFs from NetGalley and you want to turn them into an audiobook, then that one it seems to be the industry standard, like, and the leader in the industry. It's the one that you see the most. It's the one that's talked about the most. Whether that or not that's because it's good or not, I can't say, because I've not used it. But again, I think that is subscription based as well. I think that's like $7 a month or something. And I have looked at it myself and I listened to the AI, and it wasn't too bad. Like, it did actually have pitch and it wasn't monotone. There was a couple on there that were monotone, and you can choose between male or female voice as well. So that was just to upload PDFs into the system and then it'll read it to you. I don't know, because I didn't pay for it. I was just looking at the information part of it and done a sample. But that's available across both Apple and Android. Yeah. So maybe look at that one if that's what you're looking to do, to turn some of your PDFs into audiobooks. I've thought about doing it as I for NetGalley, as I get more and more arcs to get through them a little bit quicker, but that sort of defeats the purpose too. So then I backed off on that. So yeah. I also have made my spaghetti bolognese in that sprint as well. It smelled like I walk into the house. It's like walking into my nonna's kitchen. It's just filled with it's just so yum. Your mouth waters as soon as even if I say so myself. Super quick hour up to page 375 of 639. Awesome. I finished at that time. I got drunk and saved a demon. Only 30 pages left, and I really enjoyed it. That's awesome. I might actually put that one. It sounds like a fun read. Finished 27% off Earthlings by okay. It's by that author.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something Marauder. That's all. That's as good as I'm getting.
Yeah, that's it. By that person. They wrote a book. It should be mandatory that they have simple names. Monica says 24 hours sprints have been so helpful in me getting through my last 3 reads for March. That is awesome. I always get a lot done in 24-hour. Although 24-hour sprints have been awfully quiet since December. From my neighbours, they've been so quiet. So quiet. And even the Goats, the new band next door, the Goats, as Neroli called them, have been quiet too. So yeah, read a chapter of my book, then moved on to some uni study as the pile up of work is stressing me out. Well, that's good that you're getting some done, and it's perfect time to use the sprints for that and knock it over, and then it'd be less stressful and then you can relax and read. Neva could join you for a buddy read for Western Lane. Look, Chris, I don't know how you're going to go getting Neva to read any of the books on the women's prize for fiction this year.
I'm going to tell you how you're going to go. You're not. Absolutely.
Please do, if you get a chance to, read Bandit Queens, because that was a really good book.
So Bandit Queens is on my list. I actually meant to read it in February, and I just ran out of time. But Bandit Queens is definitely on my list, but also that was from last year. I'm not reading nothing on this year's list. Not one damn thing. But Bandit Queens, I'm definitely gonna be reading that.
Yeah. The Maiden is a historical fiction, but you're not a historical fiction girly. It is actually a really good book as well. But
I would contemplate that one. But otherwise, anything Western Lane, The 8 Lives of Humpty Dumpty, I'm not doing it. No, man.
The 8 Lives of Humpty Dumpty. Damn, I wish I hadn't done my wrap up for that, because I could have put that in there.
I'm not. No, I think earlier I called it like The 8 Lives of Amelia Bedelia. Like, I just know. Like, I went on a journey. Okay, a journey. It was a whole new world in the worst way.
And to be honest, this one would not be good for you anyway, because this is a death of a mother, and yeah. So it's not.
I do with deaths of mothers. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not something that I would actually steer you away from this. Even if it was the best book I ever read, I would still steer you away from it just because of the content. Earthlings is good, but has strong trigger warnings for child abuse and sexual abuse. Good to know. I liked Laurie Moore's book, but not a 5-star for me. It's magical realism, not something Moore does often, and it didn't quite work. Yeah. That sometimes can happen. Who finally caught you? I left a comment on the finished sprint this morning and watched till the first sprint, and then realized it wasn't live. Yeah, I did see that. I noticed I had a comment there. So, but thank you for going back and watching it to the first sprint. That's awesome. Brittany is awake. Hello, Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
How are you? I don't think so.
No. Here's the thing. You know what? Chris is out here being like a chaotic demon because Shannon's missing.
I know. Where is Shannon? I haven't seen her today at all. Anyway,
Shannon's not here, so Chris is like, let me bring the Shannon energy. But this is not. Listen, even if it was Shannon doing this crap, it would not be successful. I'm not reading that. I don't even know what.
So Chris is bringing the shenanigans.
But here's the thing. Nothing, honestly, like, there's really none of these books for this year that have me, like, just chomping at the bit to, like, to read them. to be
Yeah.
honest. Like,
Look,
if
at the end of the day,
anything-
I probably I would have DNF'd eight lives of Humpty Dumpty.
I can't remember. I just make things up when I can't remember what they're actually called.
I mean, the title's really good. 8 Lives of a Century-Old Trickster. Like, it sucks you in. And there's even, like, there's covers, which you'll see in the vlog, that so are not this book. Like, how they, like, none of the covers even set you up.
Here's the thing. If I had just seen this book, I think I would have gotten sucked in. Because, like, I like the cover is not bad. Like, the cover that you had is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The title of it is intriguing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then I would have started it and I would have thrown it out the window. That's what would have happened.
Yeah. And then the prologue sets you up thinking, oh, this is going to be a good book. You know, we've got a woman that's going through a divorce, and to get through that, she's going to, you know, go in because she works in an old people's home, and she's going to write about their lives and all that. So you set up for this whole premise that this is what it's about, and then it just takes a turn. Into chapter 1.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, oh, never mind. This is nothing that was advertised. Out the window you go. That's basically what would happen.
Because even from the synopsis, I did not get what the content was going to be. Like, not even remotely. And then I'm like, and you guys all see my face, my facial expressions. And that it's just like, oh my God. I was not expecting that.
Listen, Nicole did not have a fun time. So I don't know why Chris thinks that I would have a fun time.
And Hangman, well, I was just like, I did not care. Just did not care in the end. And the only reason I'm reading these is so you all don't have to read them.
Right. Nicole's like, I read these so you don't have to.
That's right. On that, I'm hoping that some of them will pick up. And I'm not letting Chris, like, even though Chris has said, you know, this is not a great and all that sort of stuff, I still go into it with a clean slate, because Soldier Sailor, that actually was really thought-provoking. Like, that actually had me going back to when I was a kid, like when my kids were little kids and stuff like that, and when I was a new mum and all that sort of stuff. And like, as I said yesterday, I was in one of the scenes, I was that parent where I had my elbow on the kid trying to get them into the car seat and all the things. So that one wasn't so bad. I mean, she was a little bit, but it's also highlighting how we actually feel and how in society we don't verbalize these things that we're feeling, which is half the problem, you know, with people comparing themselves to one another and all that sort of stuff, I think. So yeah, anyway, I thought it was an okay book. I actually gave it 4 stars because it was like, there was moments where I was laughing, there was moments where I was crying, there were moments where I'm like, I'm getting exactly what you're saying. You know, and the frustration that we feel with our partners and all that sort of stuff. And there was moments in there where I thought, you silly girl, like, he's trying to help. Stop trying to micromanage him and stuff like that with the husband. And yeah. So it was, for me, it was a 4-star read because it had all the feels in it and it was written really well. And I thought that it was very true to form, like, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I don't think I've talked about it yet. I may have. I don't know. I don't think I was that articulate, to be honest. But anyway, I'm just traumatized from the whole week.
We're just basically, Nicole's already traumatized. I'm not trying to be more traumatized. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So no, thank you. I want to pass. So thoughtful of Chris to think that I would want to read these books. I'm just gonna have to decline.
Thanks, but no thanks. Next.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah.
I won't be taking it.
So yeah, the list is that bad that I've actually brought in wherever it's gone. Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, just so I can break up my week coming up. Like, although I do have a historical fiction from an Australian author, and I have heard that that's really good. So
Nicole is so traumatized that she literally sent me a message on Voxer that was like, yes, let's buddy read this because I need a romance. Okay. She's dying inside. That's what's happening.
I need to know there's good in the world. And people do love each other. And on that note, we're going to go.
Everyone doesn't suck.
Yeah, that's it, hey. And on that note, we're gonna go to another sprint because we've been talking for about 20 minutes. We're gonna do another hour sprint, and we'll see you all in an hour. Happy reading, everybody. Hello. How did everybody go? Let us know in the comments. I have read almost 20% since we started sprints, so that's not too bad in my NetGalley arc. So I'm making progress. I'm hoping that I'll get to about 40-45% by the end of these sprints, which will be good. How'd you go, Neva?
I'm at 49%.
Cool. Is it going good? Still awake?
Sure. Yeah. We had some like forced proximity in the last chapter, which was interesting. I thought it was going somewhere, but then it didn't.
Bummer.
So yeah, basically they get tricked by Julian's mother into going on a road trip. So they end up having to stay there for the night. And then Julian's assistant only booked one room with one bed. And then they could hear their neighbors getting down with the get down. And so Dahlia thought it would be a cute idea basically to like make it sound like they were all doing something even though they weren't. And then that led to tension and everything. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. I was laughing, I'm not gonna lie, because what they were hearing through the wall was like so ridiculous.
I've had some neighbors like that. I'm like, stop killing the girl.
You know what I mean? Like, first of all, just stop talking. Okay.
Yeah.
They just kept like talking to each other. I'm not gonna lie, like I lost because like at first, like they like it was from Julian's point of view, and he was saying like we could hear the neighbors or whatever, right? Which I was like, okay, like probably like moans and groans, whatever. But then they like it switched POVs to Dahlia's POV, I think. No, it stayed Julian's POV. And Dahlia had come back with breakfast. And they could like hear the headboard hitting the wall. And she was like, "Is that?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then they kind of just like looked at each other. And then I lost it when the lady next door said, "Just the tip." That's like what they heard through the wall. I lost it. I started laughing. I was like, "What?" Oh my god.
Well, it sounds like you're having a fun time with it, at least.
Yes. But I was just like, wow. Unbelievable. First of all. Second of all, it's like a fancy hotel. Like you would think people would be more like respectful, but I guess not. So.
No. I've worked in fancy hotels and no, they don't. I used to do housekeeping at the casino. Now it's just a rundown dive, but anyway, it was a little bit fancy, and some of the things that I've seen, some of the things I've seen people do, some of the things I've heard as I've walked past rooms and stuff is not great. Fun, but yeah. So I am reading a historical fiction called The Wartime Vet by someone. By Ellie Curzon, which is two authors that have combined their names to write these books. And this is the third book in the trilogy, and it's getting released on the 4th, so I'm actually ahead. Let's see if I can stay ahead and get it done before it's released. So yeah. All right, let's have a look. Oh, I had dinner too. I had spaghetti bolognese. My daughter was supposed to be coming here, but she stopped at the workshop and she's helping Brennan with something with the car or whatever. But So I thought, I'm not waiting any longer. I'll be starving by the time she gets here. So I ate dinner. Let me see where we're up to. Chris is saying, when I look at the remaining women's prize books, I have Civil War, death, grief, executions, abuse, etc. I won't know what to do when I can read a relaxing novel. Do you ever though, Chris? Like
I feel like Chris never reads a relaxing novel.
No, I feel this way too.
I don't think I've ever heard Chris refer to any book they've ever read as a relaxing novel.
No, I'm just trying to think too. Like we've been on a bit of a journey this year with Chris and the books they've been reading, especially the Neck Alley ones. And we've still got a long way to go. Monica is heading off to bed. Thank you for the sprints. Have a good day. Good night, everybody. Or should I say early morning? James has also joined. Hello, having breakfast and reading the Mindfuck series, which is rocketed up to my top of my TBR, thanks to Brittany. Brittany made me do it again. Got to 55% in Earthlings. Still a good book. Awesome. Brittany did some editing. James is saying hello. And Brittany saying hello back. And Sadia had a snack and did some laundry. I did the dishes as well during that. I've been actually pretty productive today, which has been good. Have I done any work for the craft side of things? No. Was I supposed to do work for the craft side of things? Yes. So tomorrow is another day. Monday is a public holiday, so I will be just chilling out doing what I got to do during sprints. I'll have everything set up tomorrow, and then I can just get stuck into it. Leslie has done some more studying and also had dinner. What are your plans for tomorrow, Miss Neva?
Sleep,
and more sleep.
probably. Ori was supposed. She had like one of her classmates has like a birthday party, but I don't think we're gonna go because the roommate will have the car by the time that we would need to like leave the birthday party.
Yeah.
And I don't know these people. Okay, so also they sent me the invitation on freaking Monday for a party on Saturday over Easter weekend.
Yeah,
ma'am, absolutely not. So we're just gonna hang out here at the house. And
do you celebrate Easter? Like, do you do the Easter bunny thing, or?
I mean, we did last year because we were at Sam Mariah's house. I didn't really have money to do stuff this year just because job,
Yeah.
So we're probably not doing anything really.
Mm-hmm.
Unless my dad has something planned, which I doubt. Yeah, so we might just skip Easter this year. It'll be fine. Ari's birthday's in a month, so
yeah,
it's not like she's missing out on anything really.
No, we're not. We haven't really done Easter in a long time. Like when the kids were little, we did, but as they got older, when they hit 15, 16, I'm like, that's it. The Easter bunny is no longer coming. And then the first year that the Easter bunny didn't come, they come out and I'm like, where are our eggs? I'm like, I told you the Easter bunny doesn't stop here anymore.
I mean, my thing is Christmas. I keep Christmas alive.
Mm-hmm.
And Halloween, but that's really it. I don't I just I've never really had anyone to celebrate Valentine's Day with, and in my last relationship, Valentine's Day was a day of grief. It was not a happy day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Plus my mom's death and birth date fall right in between.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day falls right in between of both, so who cares? So we do birthdays, we do Christmas, we do Thanksgiving, we do Halloween. I mean, Ari wishes me like happy Mother's Day, I guess, but like no one buys me anything. So,
But that'll come when she's older. She'll buy you stuff then, no
yeah.
doubt.
So I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty like low key when it comes to holidays. Now, obviously, like Christmas and Halloween, she'll be like, "We're not going to celebrate" or whatever. So like, I have to, but
Yeah. Yeah, we well, last year we didn't do Christmas. We went out before Christmas and went out for dinner and did Christmas that way.
yeah,
So there was no opening of presents or anything like that. I mean, the girls are old enough now. Like it's just, and as my partner said, he goes, if I want to buy you something, I'm going to buy it during the year. I'm not going to wait for one day."
that's what I do too. Is like now her birthday, I do buy her something larger on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the day of her birth.
Yeah.
But like anything else that I buy, like if I buy something, I'm just gonna give it to her. I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I bought this, so I'm just gonna save it for Christmas. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm
Because
terrible
then,
at keeping secrets like that. So if I know that I have the thing, I just want to give her the thing.
that's fair enough.
But also, like, I just don't see a point. Like, I mean, I get that some parents will like stock up throughout the year or whatever. But me, absolutely not.
I think it's easier when you've just got one kid. When you've got a couple of kids and they all get like they hype each other up about Christmas. Like Christmas used to be a big deal when the kids were little. It was really the only holiday that we celebrate because we don't do Thanksgiving here. We don't do Halloween. My partner and I have never done Valentine's Day. We barely do our anniversary because either one of us will forget. That one will remember, one will forget. So yeah, so it's just like we've never really done any of the holidays except for Christmas, and Easter when the kids were little, and that was only because other kids told them about it. Like if they weren't around other kids, they probably wouldn't have even known about it. Because my son, he couldn't have Easter eggs because as soon as you gave him Easter eggs, he was like tripped up big time. It was just like he was off his rocker. And so yeah, but I mean, they did get Easter eggs and whatnot, but they haven't since they were like teenagers. That Neryl's probably the saltiest about it because she's like, "Where's my chocolate?" I'm like, "It's at the shop." All right. Well, we have got to the end of the comments. We might do another hour sprint. We can probably fit another hour sprint in before we head over to Coders on that. So yeah, and we'll be back in an hour. We'll see you then. Happy reading, everyone. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hello, everybody. How is everybody? Sorry, I was just talking to my daughter. She just arrived. Fashionably late. She was early and got distracted. Bright, shiny things. Hello. All right, hon, if you want to get your stuff while I'm talking and whatnot. Yeah. Savannah says hello to everybody. She won't ever. Neva says hello.
Hi, Neva.
Yeah.
That was who you were on.
Yeah, I'm on with Neva at the moment. So yeah. She's just arrived, so she's going to get her stuff. So if you hear some banging and crashing and all the rest of it, that's just Savannah tripping down the stairs. So yeah. Anyway, how did you go?
I made it to 54%.
Awesome. I made it too. Just one moment, hold please. I can't get my. I'm so glad that my Kindle is working again. Sort of. I got to 33%, so I've done all right since we started sprinting. So I'll be able to do my check-in and all that for the NetGalley reading diaries and whatnot. So yeah, I didn't really do much reading in the last half an hour because Savannah arrived and we've been talking and all the things that go on with that. But we had a lot of people join us during that sprint. Let me see where we're up to. Coda also is awake. Maybe only just. Good morning, Coda. How are you? Everybody's saying hello to one another. Elena also dropped in as well. Now, I'm not sure if this is Levi or Levi, but good morning. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. And everybody just saying hello to one another. It's like a little bit social circle. First thing in the morning, everybody's got their cuppers and they're all just getting to know one another. Doing all right. Got to sleep in.
Coffee.
What was that? Sorry?
Someone had to make some coffee.
Yeah, I've had 2 cups. Well, you know, these cups are quite large. So I've had like 4 cups. So I'm going to be awake until like 2 o'clock in the morning, no doubt. Luckily, I don't have any small people. Good morning, Lexi. How are you? Ellie has regretted her decision to wake me up to go out since it's pouring and it's going to continue pouring for several hours. The choices these animals make, right? Ellie's your cat, isn't she? Or your dog? I can't remember. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
I think Ellie is a dog. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was just about to say, I'm pretty sure it's a dog. 32 pages read and finished book 1 of the Mindfuck series. Awesome. 4.5 stars. Excellent. Brittany got to 24%, and Julie's also joined us as well. And we also have 83%. You are flying through that, Jamie. Like, I think when we started these sprints, you were at like 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
The annotations are fine. And by that, I mean the first chapter is finished and the rest of it's full.
Just annotated a little bit.
It was infuriatingly correct.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Invisible Women, Exposing Data Bias in the World Designed for Men by Carolyn.
Did you know transport systems are sexist? I didn't. Apparently they are. And it actually makes sense.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Transport systems are
sexist, apparently. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, yeah. Interesting. Is it good?
Yes, very good. I listened to the audiobook. It's on Libby.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Or at least on my Libby.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about Libby. Libby's a bitch. She doesn't like me. And nor does Hoopla at the same time.
9 hours, and you only have to speed it up to 1.5. Not like 2 to actually.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't usually.
She's British.
She's British. Okay, fair enough. 1.5 speed, people. Non-fiction too. Where was this published? In England or?
England, yeah.
Yeah.
She's Spanish English.
Okay, cool. Cool. Just the invisible person over here chit chatting. Did the cat tripped her over? Oh, what?
Yeah, right into my doorway.
Did it? Turn the light on. I don't think it did. I think it's a little thing it plays with.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. The first way you said it, awesome. We looked at you at the first part of your name, and Savannah goes, "We'll just go with the last part of the name because we don't know how to pronounce the first part." So, not surprising. Read 22 pages of Twisted Lies and watched some YouTube. Awesome. But I can go with either way. No need to stress. Thank you. That makes it a little bit easier for us. I'm good. Ellie is my dog. She is a Pekingese pug mix. Cute. Shelby is my cat, and she's a Siamese. Nice. Pekingese pug. That is a cute mix. Very cute. I'm going to have to read this now. Yeah, I began Earthlings when I got to hear Sprints Nicole. Much faster book than Demon Copperhead. Anything's a lot faster than that book. It was just, I just found Demon Copperhead to be excruciatingly long. I don't think it needed to be that long. I know a lot of medical things we follow for diagnosis are actually done on white males and aren't accurate for other people. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've watched a couple of things, and it's appalling, really. Sadia planned my April TBR. I will read them will I read them is anyone's guess at this point. I think a lot of people are feeling that way in April. I have this pile, and I may or may not read them. It seems to be the general consensus. I'm going to get coffee, then figure out my Saturday. Awesome. What sort of things have you got planned? And we are at the end of the comments, and just about ready to hop off and head over to Coda's first sprints, which is very exciting. Took a class in uni about how women have drastically different symptoms than males in most diseases. Yeah, heart attack is one of the ones that I know about where we don't necessarily get the pain down the arm. We can get it in the jaw and in the back. I've heard that before. I mean, I don't know how true that is. You probably would know more than me, Lexi, but I have heard that before, that we get different symptoms and all that sort of stuff. James says, I think I've read 3 books off my March TBR. I've got to figure out my April. It is true. Yeah, I had heard that before, but I wasn't as I said, I'd heard that and I wasn't 100% true, but it's good to know that that's the case and whatnot. All right. Well, we are going to bid you adieu and head over to Coda's sprints. I would just like to say thank you to everybody that's hung out with us for the last 4 hours. They also haven't researched things just that just affect females like PCOS. Yeah, there's a lot of that. But we're going to head off and head over to Coda's, and I think I've got it here. I will share it so everybody can key it up. If you've got the playlist open, it should automatically take you there. If it doesn't, there is the link, so you can click on that and head on over. And we'll see you in a couple of minutes over on Coda's channel. Thanks for joining, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.